Hello, I'm Sarah. This is Christina, my student. And today we are going to be going over the topic of unknown numbers. You'll find the standard objectives and materials in the paper I'll be submitting. All right, so first of all, we will be solving the problem of the day on the board. I would be writing on the board 10 minus 4 equals question mark. And I would have my student do the same on their whiteboard, which in this case is a notebook. Then, of course, I would have them solve it. As my student can show you, came up with 6. Okay, then I would write 15 minus 17 on the whiteboard with the equals question mark, just like the earlier equation. And then have them create subtraction bars to solve it. And to do that, I would demonstrate on my board. We have 15 minus 7 equals question mark. 7. Yes. Then we create the subtraction bar, 15. All right. We will create 2 boxes underneath, put 7 in one box, and the other box is empty. Okay. What's one way we could solve for this problem?
I think we could solve it by counting from 7 to 15.
That is one way we could solve it. Let's try it. And whatever solution that students come up with, we will try that. Okay, so got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and that comes up with 8. So in the subtraction bars, we will put an 8 next to our 7. Okay. And that's one way we could use subtraction bars. Then I would have them do it themselves with the equation 17 minus 4.
Or should I use that if I'm doing it? Mm-hmm. Should I use that one? Or no, doesn't matter.
You just keep going.
Okay.
Okay. And then I would have them go ahead and see if they agree with their partner, with their shoulder partner on this. Then I would create the problem on my whiteboard. And, well, I already had that on my whiteboard, but I would create the subtraction bars and have them tell me how to solve using the subtraction bars. If they all get it right, we will continue. Okay, we will be changing some things up now and learn how to find unknown numbers, similar to how we solved the subtraction questions we just solved, but we will be filling in a number in the middle of the equation. So, the first problem we have is 5 plus something equals 4 plus 3. An equation is true when the value on one side of the equal sign is the same as the value on the other side of the equal sign. So, I would pass out counters and have the students model this problem with 5 space 4 plus 3 with the counters. Then I would explain that first we need to solve the side of the equation that has all the values. and that side would be the 4 plus 3. Then I would have them count up their counters. We'll let you pretend to do that. All right, how many counters do you have on the right side of your equation?
7.
7. All right, and we have 5 on the other side. So what we need to do is figure out what this question mark value is. So how many more do we need to add to 5 to get to 7?
2.
2, right. So the answer here would be 2. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Now let's continue on. Okay. Then I would go ahead and write out the next step it out equation. Okay. The next step it out equation is, and I'd have the students write this one out with me. 10 plus 37 plus 10 equals 17 plus question mark. Okay, so what side of this equation do we solve first?
This one. This one.
Yep. The one with all the values on it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's solve for that. So what is 10 plus 37?
47.
47, okay. 47 plus 10 we've got. And that brings us to what?
47 plus 10 is 57.
57, there you go. So now we have 57 equals 17 plus question mark. Okay. So next what we got to do to find the answer here is take 57 minus 17. So go ahead and do that. Then I'd ask someone to tell me what answer they got.
I got 40.
40. Does everyone agree? Probably yes. And then we would fill that in for the question there. And finally, I would give them a question to do on their own. And this question, in this case, would be under the check understanding part, which they would have with them in their workbooks. And that is 12 plus 45 plus 8 equals 30 plus question mark. All right. Then I would ask them to solve it independently. And I would walk around to see how they were understanding. And once they were finished, I would go ahead and address any miscomprehensions that the students had.
Okay. Question mark equals 35.
Correct. All right. Did everybody get 35? Yes. Okay. And we would go ahead and go to cognitive complexity. And then I would write 5 plus 7. Oh, sorry, not 5 plus 7. 5 plus question mark equals 7. And 7 minus 5 equals question mark on the board. And I would ask the students, which side of the equation do we need to solve first?
Oh, it's equals. Right? 5 plus blank equals 7 minus 5. How should I write it out?
I'm writing these two equations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did it right the first time.
Okay. Okay. Probably can't see it too well, but we have 5 plus question mark equals 7, and 7 minus 5 equals question mark. I would ask the students, which side of the equation do we solve with these two?
The ones with all the numbers, all the values.
The one with all the values, yeah. We're not going to solve it right now. But how are these two equations similar?
They have the same numbers in them.
Okay, they have the same numbers in them, right?
They both have a 5 and a 7.
They both have a 5 and a 7. And one side, and what is the sum of one side of the values?
7.
Okay, 7, yes. And the side with 2 values is,
What's the answer?
yes,
2.
2, right. Okay. If I would have said what's the answer, that would have been a better way to say it. Moving on. Moving on from there. Okay. Then I would go ahead and, yes, give the students a worksheet. And it's the on my own worksheet that is in the lesson here. I will do this so they will have plenty of practice solving it numerically. And while they do that, I will take aside students which seem to have troubles with it and have them complete the challenge worksheet, which shows scales to balance out, which will be a better visual representation for them. Then once all of the worksheets are done, I will take them and correct them for assessment. That is it.